Oh,
So what do you think are like some of the things that people can do to help them prepare for this year and be ready for those changes?
okay. So if structure has to get broken down for the new to kind of come through, then what people need to do this year is to be very, first of all, very grounded,
Mm.
and actually suggesting people wear stones, things like hematite that are very grounding, obsidian, um, certain kinds of stones that we can talk about later that would be useful to just be calm and grounded,
Mm-hmm.
to not be, to be very modest or very conservative in how you use your energy this year.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the year to like shoot the moon and go crazy. It's a year to be mindful of your resources
And your intention.
and your intention.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a year of persevering along. Step by step, we'll get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a good year for those in the negative pole of greed, which is taking more than you can love or appreciate or ever use in a lifetime. Those people in greed this year are going in the negative side, which is never having enough. And therefore robbing all of humanity to amass whatever they feel they want will not bode well. These are the people that are going to have serious problems, and that could be greed for power, as seen in New Jersey. Greed for money, greed for whatever people have greed for. It can even be like spiritual greed or just this sort of consuming kind of thing is not going to work well. It will backfire. Okay?
Wow.
So you can see, especially leaders and corporations and companies, where the greed will start to backfire, as seen in New Jersey. That's a perfect example of somebody's greed for power and influence, and it backfiring. So things can come to light. Things that are hidden in the shadows this year will sort of suddenly come to light, and the greed will be seen. And this movement against Monsanto's greed for the entire food market, whatever that is going to start to be broken down.
Yeah.
So
fascinating.
Individually, it's for people to be sort of, modest, conservative, grounded, focused, not, this is not the year for huge expenses where you're out on the, and you're on the edge of your finances. Like if you have a ton of money and you want to buy something, great. But if it puts you financially on the edge, this is not a good year for that. This is the year to, to as well, it's in our mind, it's like Saturnian, which is we need to do the hard work, the groundwork, the day-to-day stuff of taking good care of ourselves. And specifically this year, what individuals can do is, number one, get a really good daily health ritual and a really good daily spiritual ritual. So rituals for the year are going to help you navigate, because rituals ground you into a sense of stability, which we're going to need.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Especially if you say, okay, every morning I'm going to get up at 7, I'm going to have my green tea, I'm going to write my book, I'm going to meditate, then I start my day at 8:30, and you do that, that creates stability for the physical body. That's very important, because this year can throw you off out of nowhere. Something can come up, and astrologically, of course, we have this big grand square that's going to impact humanity and impact us individually, and/or you'll be around people heavily impacted by this, but basically all of us are going to get it because it is a global effect.